Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in into today's video. Today we are going to talk about the news update or the update actually of Flow that dropped out on July 10th, and now it's July 13th by the time I'm recording this. But I was actually in Munich. If you haven't watched my vlog, there are some interesting things that happened. I met with the Flow team finally. I saw them live, and I met with Alex and all the great Leah, Will, Erica, Raina. Like I cannot like name them all, but they are all like amazing people working for John, of course. I asked them who actually follow my channel, and John was the only one actually following my channel. So thumbs up for him. And yeah, so um, like I said, if you haven't watched the vlog that I did, please do. This video is late because of that reason, because I was in Munich to meet with the Flow team, like I said. But we have a very exciting update. And before we jumped into this update, I just want to say thank you very much for all the people who are actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to reach 5,000 subscribers, which will actually, when I reach that, I'll do weekly sessions in my Discord channel every Wednesday. I'm also already trying to do that, so you can actually help with this. And also, again, thank you very much for all the people who are actually paid members to my YouTube channel. If you consider to be fanatic or above, you'll be able to have access to 30 or plus videos that are restricted only for my paid members, and you're going to also support my channel. So yeah, let's go to this video. So there are very exciting things in this update, actually. And the first one that we will begin is streaming APIs. So streaming APIs is, you can think of it like when you actually go to talk with ChatGPT, for example. And if I switch to ChatGPT, mine is in Bulgarian, but for example, how old are you? Let's say. And the answer from ChatGPT, you can see it, it's coming like not like in one text, but it's like coming like bits by bits, or words by words, or charters by charters. And that is actually what streaming API means. Streaming API is different than webhooks. It's very important to make the difference. The streaming API is actually stream the data. This is what is actually doing, is streaming the data. But webhooks is actually continue listening for new data, and it will actually display the data once. So how you can actually create a streaming API, if you want to, like based on my research, you have to actually do a loop and on your backend, and you can just send the request using this loop. Yes, you can, like technically you can create this way, you can create like webhooks, like sort of webhooks, but this is not the right way. The right way to create webhooks is using a real webhook, like Pusher, for example. And I have already done a video about that. So if you want to follow my video, this is the video I'm talking about. It's called How to Use Pusher Channel in Flow. It works best with Supabase or and API calls. So like I said, streaming APIs is different than webhooks. And To enable streaming APIs, you just go to the API that you want to enable it for, and then click on Advanced Settings, and then click on Persist Streaming Response, and you just enable that option. So another very important thing is that not all APIs are going to be streaming APIs. The API that you use needs to have this capability. And like for example, in the OpenAI example, I think they used OpenAI. Yeah, you can actually see ChatGPT 4. In the OpenAI example, they have this option. So you have the option to stream, and then you have a Boolean, and then you can turn it on. And when you do that, it is actually returning into chunks. So you can actually see it over here. It's chat.completion.chunk. And it's actually returning you like bits by bits, like chunk by chunks. And in this case, actually, I think it's returning words by words. So you can actually see here we have flutter, the word flutter. And then we have some other words that we cannot actually see it. It's here we don't have any word. Here we have the flutter word, and yeah, we don't see the other words as well. But yeah, this is the idea. It will return bits by bits and word by word. And you can actually you should be able to also convert this into let's say a data type. If you want to, you should be able to have this option as well. And also, if you want to actually see how you can use streaming API, it's very good that they have like the documentation ready, up and ready when they release that, so you can actually see it over here as well. You can use it for scoring, and why you can use it for scoring, like I said, it will be like looping, for example. So when there is a new score, you will just get the new score. I mean, you can use it for things like that as well, but like I said, it's not recommended if you are using your backend. If you're using another API, sorry, then it's okay, it's totally fine. But I would really recommend to use webhooks instead. And this is how you build an app. So I'm not going to go into details, but is actually like everything here. It's stated. And I wanted to actually show you the parsing part, and so you have like those like options or methods here. Sorry, we have on message. So this action is triggered every time a new piece of data is received from the streaming API. You can use this action to update your UI or perform any logic in the incoming data in real time. So this is what they're showing us. You can have the API here. And this is the API, for example, and we have this action, which is they deleted that response, which I to be honest, sometimes I do as well. But you have this action flow editor. So the idea is that when you receive a new, let's say, from ChatGPT, when you receive a new word, those are the actions that you're going to run. And I really like that those videos uh, you can actually click over it. It's more like it's much better than just watch the video. They actually, I think this is recently in the docs as well. I really like that approach, to be honest. But in this case, they're updating the page state with the summary, let's say, and the summary is the name of the page state, of course. And then we have, so they're combining the text, and they're combining the text with the last page state, which is the summary, with the new text actually, which would be, I guess it was the action parameter. So it's coming from the action parameter on message. And here, it's because it's JSON or server sent event data JSON. Okay, that's something new as well. And then we have the JSON path, and then we have the actual path, which is choices zero data content. And now you confirm over here, and that's it. Now you have it in your page state. So that's probably everything that you need to know um, about streaming APIs. I actually searched for like streaming APIs other than like public API codes that you can actually use for demonstration other than the OpenAI one. But to be honest, I was not able to find one. So if you find some that I can demonstrate other than the OpenAI, like I said, then let me know actually in the comments below so I can look into it. Probably make a video if you want me to. But yeah, that's I think that's everything that you need to know. So let's move on. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is debug panel update support for local run. So this is actually a huge update because now if you actually open the URL, and I think the URL is opening automatically, I can't confirm that because I don't have a Windows or a Mac, so I don't have like the official local run. I have created my own local run. If you don't know already, you can actually, I made a video about it, local run for Linux. And actually, to be honest, if you want to, you can use it for Windows and Mac. You can use my own version of the local run as well. Just I'm saying. But the idea is that local run, if you use Windows or Mac, you now have a new tab over here, which is for the flow debug panel, and then you see like all those parameters, you'll be able to see them over here in this tab, which is great actually. It's much appreciated. But unfortunately, like I said, for Linux users left out. But I have actually contacted Leah about that, and she promised that they are going to actually make it so the Linux user using my unofficial Linux app will be able to have the same debug panel as well. So that's much appreciated, and I really can wait for it because I'm using like more and more. I'm using the actual device. I think it's better. A local run is much better because it will never expire. It is actually when you run it on a real device, this is what you get, right? So like it's 99% of the time it's actually what you get. So I totally recommend it. And also, now that I think about it, I just want to mention also that I made an interview with Leah. One more interview. I had actually an interview with Leah, but I did one more interview with Leah, and it's for my paid members, but I'm going to open to everyone. And if you're a paid member and you haven't like watched that video already, please do. We are talking in some interesting things about full flow, about test mode and local run. So yeah, I definitely recommend it to watch it. So the next thing we're going to talk about is shadows for text widget. So they wrote, we added support for shadows on the text widget. Shadows not only allow you to control the look and feel, but also the design. So you can actually see that we have like the color of the shadow, and we have the radius, we have the offset X and offset Y. And we can add actually multiple shadows, which is great. And to do that, actually, let's jump into this demo project. And if you click on any text, even if in the title bar, actually, in the app bar, actually, you have this new option over here, which is called shadows. And now if I add a shadow, you can actually see it already. Let me zoom actually, so you can probably see it better. So you can actually see it already that the shadow is here. If I remove it, you can definitely see the difference between having a shadow and not having a shadow. So probably you can actually create that effect with a stack and having two texts like on top of each other's. But now, of course, it's much like easier and better to create it with a shadow. And another thing that is much appreciated actually is that you can actually see that all the valuables over here, which are four in total, you can actually control them uh, using like variables. So they are actually dynamic, which is much appreciated. I really like that Flow is trying to push and make everything actually dynamic. Like we still have like, for example, text alignment and like styling and font width. We still have like some things that are not like dynamic, but let's hope in the future that everything will be actually dynamic. But yeah, that's text shadows in a nutshell. So let's continue. Okay, and the last main option or update that we have, it's new draggable widget properties, and with that actually you will be able to create some effects, or you'll be able to just place something where the actual draggable widget was supposed to be. With that actually you can create some crazy things, and let me actually show you how that looks like. So if we have a button over here, I have this button, the first button over here, and I have wrapped it inside a draggable. And now we have a new option over here. So on the right side, we have child when dragging. And we have like the information is a component to display in the position of the draggable widget when it's being dragged. So the idea is that when you enable that, and you can view it in the UI builder, and I can have like a component. Here currently I don't have any component, but the idea is that it will actually show this component when I start to drag this button. So it could be like something like a skeleton of the button or anything like that, right? So you can actually see that this button was here, but currently you're dragging it. So in the example that we have, that they have, it's actually, you can actually see it that you have the box where the actual widget was supposed to be. It's a great, it's a great, I think, UI and UX improvement. So it's much appreciated. And now finally, let's talk about our other improvements. So they have stated that they have improved the collaboration experience, which I'm not sure what they mean by that. And also they saying that they have branching fixes. They're working a lot about the branches. But yeah, I'll not comment any further on that. And new features that we're working on is support for more action triggers. To be honest, I don't know what they mean by more action triggers. It will be exciting because like if a trigger is missing, if an action trigger is missing, and if they add it, they just add like simply with that they can add like a lot more functionality in Flow than they currently have. Then we have the component in page descriptions, which I'm not really sure what they mean by that, to be honest. Branching improvements, again, branching, they're really into branching. Performance improvement, so performance improvement sounds pretty exciting as well. And then lastly, I have this tradition to work, sorry, to write. Why I say write? To read is what I'm trying to say. The comments, so if people have any questions, I will answer them. This update is amazing. Cloud debug and panel the local run. Can you add the flow of trigger detection in the debug panel and the ability to modify the, yeah? So I'm not sure about this ability over here. I definitely think that Flow will think about like a way to edit that. I have talked about that as well in the Munich meeting, and there's told me that they are working on something like that, and they will be releasing it soon. So let's see actually what they are cooking and what they have in mind. And about can you add the flow of triggered actions in the debug panel? Yeah, that's actually a good suggestion. To be honest, it's really I like that. So yeah, I cannot comment on that. And then is the new dynamic link function coming soon? So if you are talking actually about the new dynamic links, because the file-based dynamic links actually um, will stop next summer, so after 1 year. I talked about Alex, especially about that, and he told me that they will have a solution till the end of this year. And let's hope that they have it like sooner. But yeah, this is the news I have for the dynamic links. We have one more question. Can streaming API replace enabling real time on your Supabase table? No, fortunately not. Unfortunately, streaming APIs cannot replace the real-time database in Supabase. I was wondering actually the same thing, but no, like I said in the beginning of this video, those are two different things. So we still need to have like a real-time um, Superbase, which is actually real-time Superbase. Is not a streaming API. It's a webhooks. Superbases are using webhooks, so that's why they're two different things. And then we have one more. The bug panel for okay, so this is not really a question. And yeah, I think that's it. So with that, I would just have to say thank you very much for all the people watching this video, and for all the people who have subscribed and that are actually a paid member to my channel. And as always, I want to give a shout out to my elite users, which is Cloud, Bedrock, and also JS Na. So thank you very much. My elite membership is the highest membership that you get a shout out if you are an elite user, and also you be able to have access to one of my projects that I'm actually showing you, and I'm doing tutorials for. You just need to DM me in Discord after you become an elite, and I'm going to share the projects with you. So yeah, with that, thank you very much for all the people watched again this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Exciting news, actually. I have exciting news, so stay tuned.